So welcome to the first edition of On the Coach House Couch. I'm Helen Tiffany, your Zoom host for today, and also the Managing Director of the Coach House. And over the next few weeks, I'm going to be interviewing some of my network and beyond, and we're going to be bringing you some really interesting topics and hoping that you arrive curious and leave inspired. That's my hope for you. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce Amanda Davey, who is a coach, an entrepreneur, and a great friend. So how are you today, Amanda?
I'm good, Helen. Thank you. How are you?
I'm really well. It's great to have you here. So I'd like to start really today by asking you, Amanda, tell me what made you become a coach in the first place.
So I had enjoyed a 20-year career in advertising and marketing services. I got to the point where I had had enough for a number of reasons. I knew that I needed a completely different challenge. And the thing that I'd always been passionate about, the thread that ran through my career, was that I had always built and nurtured teams of digital people, digital talent. So it was the people part of what I did that I was passionate about. And so that was the main reason. But also as I became, as I went on to the Coach House and I started to understand so much more about myself, I realised very quickly that this curiosity that I had was a real strength, a curiosity in human nature, and that I'd always wanted to understand what made people tick. So I think as I started to understand my strengths as a coach, it all made sense to me that this was my vocation.
And so now here you are, having been coaching for some years now. Tell me what you think the role of the coach can play in organisations today.
So I think and I experience that the world of work has changed exponentially, particularly with the fourth industrial revolution, this technological internet revolution that we've been going through the last 20 years. Culturally, there is increasingly little place for a very traditional patriarchal style of leadership, and increasingly with the challenges that we're facing in business today, the uncertainty, the complexity, the ambiguity, and the tsunami of mental health challenges that are now starting to really hit organisations, and causing them a whole host of challenges. This calls for a new style of leadership. It needs to be a leadership that is emotionally intelligent, that is compassionate, and that has the coaching skills to be able to help people to overcome the challenges that they face, both internally and externally, and to really realise their potential.
And in some of the work that you do, Amanda, what would you say are the key themes that are coming up now in the work that you're doing?
So as a coach, I do more team and group coaching than one-to-one. And so this leads me into the territory of inclusion and belonging. We need to understand that everybody in an organisation is uniquely talented, and we need to allow, accept and celebrate that. So the whole diversity piece is actually about understanding and feeling comfortable that everybody is singularly different, and that if you feel like you are alone, or if you feel like you are the only woman in the room or the only black person on the team, it's the responsibility of the manager, the leader, the organisation to ensure that you have psychological safety and that you have a sense of belonging, that you have your tribe in your team or across the organisation, and that you can harness that sense of camaraderie and belonging in order to do your best work.
Thank you so much for being our first guest on the couch. And to everyone else, I look forward over the coming weeks to bringing you more guests, more people who are inspiring, and we look forward to seeing you in the Coach House. Thanks for watching.